everybody. Welcome to Soul Fulfilling, Soulful Conversations, and some good old soulful music. Welcome. Come on in. Hi, Life Coach Ade. I'm glad to see you here.
Hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello. You're looking good so early in the morning.
I know. I feel like I'm blending with my curtains.
I don't think anybody's in the room with us. I don't know what happened.
Oh, they're in. There, we
Are,
got some people.
are
Numbers is
they in?
rising.
Oh, they're
They're in.
coming in. Oh, there
Yeah.
goes Digby. Hi, love.
Digby's in the house.
Yeah. Hi, Denise. Oh, my God. I'm doing it when I get off the phone, Denise. She knows. Come on in now. Hi,
Kiana's in the
Julia.
house.
Kiana. Hey, Karen. You're in D.C. with your mom. Okay. With the queen. I gotta go to the mountain. Some glorious people are a gathering. They're the ones who sing so many falls and springs in life. And today they'll be praying for me and singing that song again. They'll be singing, glory child, why do you suffer? It's time to lay your burden down. We know you can do it. We'll pray you through it. Come on, together we can change it all around. Change it all around. Change your mind. Come on now, Leonard. And there are so many stories on the mountain of those who fall and learn to fly again. On the mountain you will find the way to go when you've been blind. You will heal your broken wings. You can heal most anything when they start singing, glory child. There's no time to suffer. It's time to lay your burden down. We know you can do it. We'll pray you through it. Come on, together we can change it all around. Change it all around. Change your mind. I know y'all singing along with me. Just breathe in, breathe out, let it go. That's what it's all about. You can do it. I know you can. Come on and change it all around. Change it all around. Change your mind. I hear y'all singing with me. Hey, Mickey. You just breathe in, just breathe out, let it go. That's what it's all about. Something about me wants to shine, and I know I need to just change my mind, and I'm ready to change it all around. I know I can change it all around. I think we can change it all around. Oh, change it all around. Change it all around. Change your mind. And I can still feel somebody being present with me, for me, praying for me, helping me to change it all around. Yeah, we're meeting today on Wednesday. Do it no more Wednesday. Just can't do it no more. We're not tearing ourselves down no more. Talking about ourselves all crazy no more. Happy birthday, Ram Dass. All right, Keith. How you doing, Keith? Hey, Kate, Kathy Stringer. Yeah. Change your mind. Hey. I can still feel somebody praying for me. Change it all around. Change your mind. Welcome, everybody. Welcome in. Good evening, Maxine. I love you, girl. Monique, I see some people were dialing in when I was singing. My heart was like, just feeling good about it. And here we got, we got the great Life Coach Ade with us. And we have Jeff Noose in the room.
That's
and
right.
Even though in German his name means nuts, what we know about nuts is nuts are good. Nuts are good, Jeff. I mean, cashew or nuts. So, are they talking about nuts or are they talking about crazy?
We need your mic, Jeff.
Most people would say it's because I'm crazy.
Oh,
Like in a funny way.
in a funny way.
In a funny
Oh,
way.
like funny, like you're
Right,
nuts.
right.
Yeah,
I'm nuts, yeah.
Yeah, like me.
Like Ade
Like
said that.
Ade is nuts.
Yeah, Ade said that before we started. He said, Jeff's crazy.
Yeah.
But he meant that in a good way.
He meant it good because this is Do It No More Wednesday. He can't talk about people like that. Because if he's talking about you, he's talking about himself.
You just deactivated everything I was going to say behind that. Yeah, that's right. I meant it in a very good way. Because I ain't doing it no more.
Oh no, we're not doing it no more. So this is Do It No More Wednesday. How did you guys do out there? Did you keep your agreements? I mean, did you not talk down about yourself? Because it's one thing to really see where we could improve if somebody's giving you some information that says, you know what, you do this sometimes, and maybe you might want to look at that. So it's not like, well, now you can't tell me anything about myself today. It's Do It No More Wednesday. Like, no, this is a good day. It's always a good day when somebody has some good information for you, or has some information. You can decide whether it's really good or not.
Right.
By the way you take it, the way you listen, and the way you maybe don't personalize it, but just kind of hear what they're trying to tell you. And that's working with that ego. We when that ego gets in check, it doesn't rail up quite as fast as it used to. Like it used to be like, who you talking about?
Or sometimes even before you talk, like, I wish you would. I wish you would.
Wish you would.
It's calling for a fight.
Really, really carefully, we're not communicating anymore.
Right.
But when we can communicate, and at least when one can listen, there are some really powerful benefits to be had to be gained from being able to listen, and just to listen without judgment.
That's it.
For them or judgment for ourselves. I was walking with a friend of mine today, and it was like I was telling her about a situation, about some things that were happening in a conversation that I was having with somebody, and that the volume of their voice unnerved me. And it brought up. So I'm telling her about the story. But when I said these words, and I said it made me remember. It brought up stuff from my childhood when my aunt would talk really loud to me. And so when I moved back with my mother, it was a long time that I couldn't handle people talking loud to me. Screaming, talking really loud. It's just like I would drop things. I would just like it would take me out. But what I noticed was that I didn't go there, in this particular situation. I just listened.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to tell me something the best way they could, right? But when I was telling the story to my friend when I was walking, and I brought my aunt's name up, all of a sudden my eyes filled with tears. I was like, it just brought up stuff when my aunt would do that. And so it's like those feelings and the way they express are the emotions. You know, we have the feelings, but the way they express is really is what an emotion is, I think. Or at least,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I read
yeah.
that somewhere today in a book and said your feelings are what you feel, but the way you express your feelings, that what happens there is what an emotion becomes. So that was pretty cool. That
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that definition. But I said, wow, what a trigger that story was. You know, it was just the story, the memory. The story made me remember something that was, you know, that kind of took me back to a time when I felt like I wasn't protected.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the truth is, right here, right now, I am, and that
Yes.
I was protected then. I just was a kid. You know,
Right. Right.
so a lot
And,
comes up. You know, with that.
one of the things I think about, like the things that happen to us when we're younger, for whatever the circumstances, the environment we live in, we
Mm-hmm.
don't always feel like we have permission to express, to feel what we feel and
Mm-hmm.
let the emotion rise up.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, they get repressed. So, as we do the spiritual work, changing our minds, I feel like the feelings now have a safe place to be expressed.
Mm-hmm.
So then they come up. We have a choice when someone talks to us sideways to
Mm-hmm.
either react or respond.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the word react, you're reacting. You're
Mm-hmm.
reacting to the person doing something you've done before. But in the
Yeah.
response, to be able to take a moment, as the song Change Your Mind, you may not be able to change your mind, but just the moment to say, ooh, this feels familiar. Now, someone wrote, I can't remember who wrote, someone wrote, it takes practice. And it is that. It's a spiritual practice. It is an opportunity for us to remember. And the more we allow the emotions of pain, of fear, of not enough to rise up and we hold space for them to be expressed, we get to deliver God,
Yeah, we get to deliver. Yeah, with the highest and the best.
the
And
highest and the best. But
sometimes and the language of the reaction versus the response, it's like we have to do where we are.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? It's like if you react and you can look back on what you did and see, how you might have been had a
mhm,
better you could have done something differently. You could have responded differently.
mhm.
If you can catch that, and
That's it.
sometimes you catch that in your con- times of contemplation
Contemplation.
or meditation
Mhm.
or spiritual mind cultivation or whatever you call it, your quiet time. You can those things sometimes come up again, or sometimes they come in dreams of how
Yeah.
we could have dealt with it better. And
Yes.
then but I feel that we don't elect that.
Mm.
It becomes who you are
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
good time. It's kind of like watering a plant. You just can't like grow and then bam, it's like chop. It's right there,
Perfect
like
analogy. Perfect
it takes
analogy.
time for it to grow.
Yes.
So you just
Yes.
water yourself. That's what we're doing today. We're watering ourselves with
That's it.
love, and we're
Mhm.
watering ourselves with what it means.
Mhm.
What it means to say, I'm I'm all right.
Yes.
That God is here where I am. You
Mhm.
know, that God is right here with me. And I'm just really, you know, so thankful to be here with you and all of you. Hi, Maryland. Yeah, and so we have because we get these words a lot. I mean, most of us have that in our teaching. Many of us who've been on the journey of in New Thought, and spiritual communities, like react versus respond. And I tell you, I know people who have that information. They some of the biggest reactors I ever seen in my life. I'm going like, dude, how long you gonna know about this? But it's like you can have that information, but it becomes transformational when in your heart
That's it.
you really desire that.
That is
That
it.
in your heart you want to be better, more
Mhm.
loving in your heart.
Mhm.
And when you can feel that, oh my God,
Yes.
oh my God, there is no choice except. to respond.
That's it.
There's no space for reaction.
Yeah.
It's not react versus respond.
Because the landmines have been they've been deactivated
Yeah.
in the watering process
Yes.
of getting still, of meditating, of journaling, of listening, of
Yes.
surrendering, of saying, "Show me, help me." And yeah, in the moment when something's happened, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's the
That-
work is done,
Yeah.
and then we're surprised by our reaction response. When something happens, like, wow, I remember, about 6 months ago, I would have dealt with that differently.
Yeah.
I've been in situations where words don't even come out, and I'm not even trying to force it, but words don't come out, and then I feel a sense of peace.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Hmm.
and sometimes I'm like, why didn't I have something to say? Because there was nothing to
There's
say.
nothing to say. You're to
I
listen.
had a conversation. Oh, my dad might watch this later, but yeah, whatever. Whatever. And I'll have the conversation. I won't out him too much, but we were talking about, my dad enjoys talking about religion and spirituality. He enjoys talking to me about the way I see the world, only to a certain point, because after a while he'll be like, okay, enough. He's Muslim. My mom was Christian. But then he likes this conversation about comparing Islam to Christianity and what is said in the Bible. And today we were having a conversation, and I was like adding a little bit of, just a little bit of nuggets to help him change his mind, to see things differently. And then he would come back with something else, and I was waiting to respond, to kind of share. I was hearing all these stories, like sometimes don't just be quiet when people are saying things you don't agree with. I'm like, yeah, let him know my point of view. And I could see myself waiting for him to finish to give him a different point of view. And then I said, wait a minute, what are you doing? And I really just said, okay, Spirit, is there anything I need to say to that? Or is there anything I need to add to this conversation or say what I'm thinking about? And Spirit said, leave it alone.
Right.
Spirit said, leave it alone. And I just left it. And I just listened to him talk.
Yes.
I was trying to give him a different perspective, but he was doing the either or. And I'm like, both and. He was like, no, we didn't use those words.
Yeah.
But I realized I was waiting to give him my both and perspective. Like, ooh. And he was like, either or. I'm like, no, wait, both and, either or. And I literally observed myself. Once I checked in and asked, Spirit said, leave it alone. I just left it alone. And we kept talking. And then I just listened.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, wow, I was trying to prove a point. Why?
Yeah. Yeah. Rashid Lani, for his birthday, on the B Hood last Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And when we asked, it was his birthday, and he shared these words. He says, I said, what are you claiming for yourself? And he says he's claiming a world where we celebrate our commonalities
Yes.
and tolerate our differences.
Yes.
And I thought that was really deep. I mean, the way he said it was really beautiful. I said, yeah, and because so many times we can get in the mix. Like my brother Sherlock has a beautiful Mondays with Sherlock program that comes on Mondays, and he's talking about the reality, about reality according to him. And so and he's really deeply into what it is and how it is he loves his God, and what that God does and how that God functions. And it's his doxology. It's not Rickie's, it's his. But when I listen to it every now and then, I go like, like I don't see it that way,
Yeah.
But at the end of what it is, I see the love that he's talking about. So like the truth is one point that the many have made complicated. It's a simple point. I think that is what John Barnes has said. The words of Abdul Baha. It's like the truth is one point that the many have made complicated, and love is. It's just so simple, It's like
It's so simple. It's so simple.
it moves in a point of light, in a song of love, in a simple way. It reaches like a guiding hand in a heart that truly like a salve of compassion, like a comforter in a simple way. The God in me, it ain't complicated. It moves in a simple way. 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 Honor the differences. Yes, Susan. But he said tolerate. Sometimes you can't get to honor. You have to go like, okay, I'll be in the room with you. I won't leave. That's what tolerate means. So I'm still in the room with you. I may not agree, but I'm in the room with you. But when I can honor, I just like, hey, yeah, that's your point of view, and then you got it. That's your point of view. There's some things that, like our attention, that we have dominion over. Nobody can tell you who God is. You get to know God on your own. God that I love moves in a simple way. It just says, I love you. I care about what's happening with you. I'm here for you. It moves in a simple way. God moves in a simple way. Yeah. Yeah, Susan, you know all about it. Yeah, my sister is on, and my sister had a surgery about 7-8 days ago, and she had like the essential tremors where she shook like this, and my mom had the same thing, and she had a procedure that was done that reversed it, and on one side, so with one hand, like she couldn't write like too much. My mom had the same thing, but her journey will be different than my mother's.
Yes.
And that she'll be able to take care of it. She's taking care of herself, so she could write right afterwards. She could draw.
Really?
Her voice was not shaking anymore. My sister's a great singer, so the shaking in her voice is gone. So she's on with us. So Doyle, hey, welcome, sis. Congratulations, and
Yes.
we were praying for you, and we're so glad to know that you're here with us tonight, and to hear her say, I cooked dinner, and that's things that she couldn't do. Yeah, yeah, isn't that amazing? It's just the things that she took, like the many of us take for granted. It's like, hey, it's something that now she can do again. Yeah, Jeff Kushner had a beautiful program last night on You're Soaking in It. So you might want to check out his show on B Radio. He has the Tuesday night slot now. It was a brilliant show. And he talked about the things that when things are going, so when you think you're having a bad day, because, these things happen to you. He says, and some people, if those things were happening to them, it would be a good day. Because they're not able to do the things that you can do,
Right. Right.
So, it's like, so now when you have access to that kind of wisdom, it's really a beautiful thing that he shared, that he got over, he had to get over that hump that was all in his way, that I can't do this, I can't. He said, well, like, these are good problems to have.
Right.
These
Yes.
are good problems to have.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so like we have such gratitude I'm feeling like a real bubble of gratitude right now.
Yeah. It's all coming back to that simplicity. For me, this my spiritual practice is returning me to simplicity because there is so much power in the simple way of the divine
Yes.
that when I align, when I allow myself to surrender to sit with it, and if it's just as simple as being sleepy or tired and refusing to sleep because I got work to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I'm allowing myself to say, you know what, just take a nap, just go back to sleep and
Yes.
wake up feeling rejuvenated. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, I should listen to that more often. And the next
Yeah.
day, I go through the same pattern again. But it's just really simple.
Mm-hmm.
And we have been conditioned, educated to make things complicated. And
Yes.
the complication is what sells, is how they get our attention.
Yes.
You know, so social media, there's one, no, this is the one to be on. That's the one to be on. You can't keep up. It's all of this. And then when our attention is diverted and we just don't even know where to be, we can't be simple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can't be simple. And, you know, just the ability to move back sometimes to just say, I'm turning off something for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I want to, I'm kind of excited about this, but I don't know if you want to go a different direction, but I'm just going to go there anyway. I want to invite you to share what you shared last week. Because for me, when I think it was after the show, you said something about it during the show, and then later we were having the after show church, and
Mm-hmm.
just what you wrote was so powerful, and I feel like it needs to be amplified, and we need to lean into it, embody it, integrate it, because it will shift how we move through life. So I'll stop there
So you
until
want me
you
to read
share.
my deliver me?
Yes, please.
All right. Deliver me today. In all things, deliver me. Who am I? The highest kindness, laced in integrity, the sweetest song, braced in love, the ebb of what never can leave, the flow of balance that truly comes as you deliver me. Deliver me today, sweet Rickie, of me, dearest soul of my song. Facing east, reach out early in the morning sun. God, you call, and God I shall be. God forever into eternity. Go completely, total being. God, the joy, will always deliver. Deliver me. Deliver me. And so Ade thought that I was saying, deliver me, God, asking God to deliver me. Deliver me. But this is God telling me to deliver me.
Mhm.
You're like, deliver me. Like,
Yes.
be my presence today. Be my will in action.
Mhm.
Be my loving on point. Be my ears to listen. Be my arms to hold
Yes.
others. Be my gratitude.
Mhm. Mhm.
Deliver me. In all things, deliver me.
In all things.
In all things,
In all
deliver
things.
me. And then I say a lot of things in here. And then it's like, then I went to deliver to my request of God, you know, my request to deliver my family. It was like a written prayer, you
Mhm.
know. And then at the end, it says, deliver me, remember me, rest in me, change in me, rise in me, see the best in me. As I have so loved you, we are one. I and I, more than one. We are, and it's a zero. We are beyond number. Ashe, So this is me rambling in my morning pages, but it's like I ramble for God, so I'm happy.
That's it. That's it.
Just remember me, deliver me, and I think that's what I'm here to. That's what I'm learning to do. And when I'm not, something's happening in me. Is something
Mhm.
happening with you guys? Do you
Huh.
find
Mhm.
that you are walking in God more and more,
Mhm.
aware that you are, with gratitude more? Do
Yeah.
you find that?
I mean, I am.
Yeah.
I think I hear echo people saying, yeah, like in a concert. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Reverend Sherry. She's
Mm,
out. I was just talking to her this afternoon. She showed up.
mm,
Yeah. Yeah. It's like So that's why we're here, so that we can feel this together, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And that change in your mind
Mm-hmm.
to like deliver me to I am here, come
Yeah.
through me
Come through me.
is the shift.
Yeah.
And when you say do it no more, rather than even beat myself up, it's like, hey, what am I here for? What do you need to say to me? What do I need to say? What do I need to see? What do I need to feel? Who do I need to call? Do I need to go into prayer right now? I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to have something going wrong in my life to have prayer. Maybe I just need to pray for the world. And that's devotion, you
Mm-hmm.
know, to say this morning, today I'm waking up and I'm going to deliver God. That can
Mm-hmm.
make people go, wait, slow down. But that's it.
Mm-hmm. Or say if you don't call it God, you say I'm going to deliver love.
That's it.
You say I'm
Life.
going to be the place of peace. I'm
hmm
going to be a place of peace.
hmm
I'm going to be a place of sharing and
That's it.
caring. You know
Yep.
that, like, love, love, love everybody. Love, love, love. When it's hard to love, love, our loving will change the world. That's the truth. But look, if I'm saying love everybody, and I'm saying share who you are, and I'm saying care for each other, I'm saying sing all together. If we're doing all of this and we're not doing our part for the earth, to bring our best to love the earth and to share with the earth and to bring our best to it, then we're just, we're having a vagrant liberty. So I invite everybody to look at that movie called Seaspiracy on Netflix if you can.
Hmm.
And it might inspire you to just try a little harder. Just to try a little harder to use less plastic. I learned some facts that 80%, they say 80% of the living organisms on the planet, of 80% of the species are in the ocean. Did you
Mm.
know that? Didn't you
No,
think it
I
was more
didn't.
of us?
80%. That's a lot.
80%. That means all those fishes, all those species, it's in the ocean because there's more water than Earth. There's more
Life.
water. So water is where it's at. So I know for myself, I cut back a whole lot. Not doing plastic bottles, just not using them. Not trying to recycle, just don't use them. Jeff was telling me very rarely do they get recycled, unless there's certain kind of plastic. So it's better just not to use plastic. There was a time when they didn't have plastic bags. I know the person whose father invented plastic bags. Check that out.
Really?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I know the person whose father is head of Monsanto.
Wow,
No, really. I mean, these are real people. These people, I mean, it's like plastic bags weren't always around.
Mm.
People used to use paper bags. Remember that in the 50s? They had no plastic bags. None. None. I'm telling you about none.
You just
Right?
said you remember that in the 50s. I'm like,
Not you, but the people on here and some of
okay.
y'all. Look here. Don't be acting like you don't remember. Yeah, they
Like,
didn't have plastic. They didn't use plastic. They used paper bags.
yeah.
I remember because I used to have to go to the grocery store. So I'm not going to even go through that to what I was about to do. That's a funny story. No, I'm not going to.
We like your stories now. Kiana wants to hear your funny stories. I know she does. But I want to go back to what I want to hear because you teased us with that song. And I'm like, come on, Ricky, sing the whole thing. Yeah, I'm going to take myself off.
Care, care, care for each other. Care, care, care for the ones who need care. Our caring will change the world. That's the animals too. That's not just two-legged. Sing, sing, sing all together. Sing, sing. Remember, sing when it's hard to sing. Sing, our singing will change the world. Our loving will change the world. Our loving will change the world. Our loving will change Remember when you first sang that song? Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Were you there, Pamela? Sarah Larson is with us. Thank you, Sarah Larson. She's a great teacher. This is a loaded call this evening. Something so simple
Music takes
as
us to that
love.
simple place.
As
You
love.
know? Yes.
Singing together, feeling good about what one does,
Hmm.
using our gifts. That changes the world.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah.
yes. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That's how we deliver God, when we focus on our gift. When
Oh,
we
what is
focus.
what we
Hmm?
love? My grandson loves trains, right?
Hmm.
He loves trains. And I know he's going to grow up to do something with trains, even though people might think they're not going to be around. But trains really changed the face of this country. So he's really into trains. And I just look at the way he loves trains. I was like, he already knows what he loves.
Hmm.
He loves trains. I loved music at his age. I loved music then. I sang then. I was teaching parts then. I was doing my saver then. I was doing it then. What were you doing when you were 12? Put in a thread. When you were 12 years old, what is it that you love to do?
Yeah, that's a good
That
question.
that totally that has become special in your life. What is it that you love to do that you still love? I mean, what was it that you loved to do? What that you did well that called your attention? What about you? What about you, Jeff?
What? Oh,
Oh,
Jeff.
never mind. What about you, Ade?
You did shake his hands, and I shake his
He just
hand.
went like, oh, I'm going like, was probably telling jokes.
Or fine tuning them. Well, one of the things I did and still do up to this day is ask questions. And the questions that I ask, it's almost, I mean, it's not just why is the sky blue, but I was so curious, and I'm
It
still
wasn't like
am.
knock knock, who's there? Not that
Nah,
question.
nah, nah. I
Okay,
was way too advanced for those kind of
okay,
questions. I
okay,
mean, come
okay.
on. But so part of it was me always asking questions, and I also had a dream and believe in something more, something better, and always thinking the where I was then was like I felt like something was missing. Felt like something was missing in me, and there are times when I realized that where I am today, it was once a dream, if you will. It was once a desire to be in a place where I feel aligned, where I can communicate and hear God's voice. I can ask questions. So when I remember those moments, it brings me back to gratitude that there was a time when I can say, God, what do I need to do? And I hear nothing. And now I could be talking to my father and I'm ready to give him the both and he's like, no, either or, both and I'm waiting on the side, like tag me. And he's like, nope, either or. And then to say, is there any point me saying anything and hearing clearly? Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Mhm.
And even in that, when you were singing earlier, it came to me that after a while, when he finished talking, I just said to him, I said, it's the same story, just different languages.
Mhm.
That the story about the divine, about God, it's the same story, but people are speaking in different languages. So why are we even fighting about that? And he was like, "You, that's true.
He
That's
heard you.
true.
He heard you,
Yes,
and he loves to talk to you. With your dad, it's more of just conversation. He's loving to talk with his son.
yeah,
Hey, we get in the thread. We got dancing. Judy Waters said dancing and choreography. You were doing that at 12 years old. She was dancing. At 12, I was an amazing softball player, traveling the U.S., playing and having fun. Wow. And Norma said, wait a minute, Norma, I thought I saw Norma Choza,
yeah, you do.
who's on with us here. She says, I thought she said, interviewing. Where were you,
She
Norma?
said, I used to love playing teacher and broadcasting.
Yeah,
Amazing,
and now
amazing.
she's back on
Yeah.
the air. She's on the
Hmm.
air as a
Hmm.
broadcaster teaching. She's
Hmm.
teaching. She does Step with Inspiration on Friday nights. And so, you guys are dialing in. You're dialing in. Reading for hours and writing. Great, Alima. I used to love playing teacher. And, oh, that was Norma. That's you. That was her. And I
I'm
think
going
K.S.
backwards because I
Lovelace said
missed
she
some of
loved
these.
singing and playing the piano. It's like Terry loved playing the flute. So, the things that we love to do bring joy to our heart, to our soul. It's like we need to connect. That changes the world because it's going to make you a happier person.
Yes.
It gives you more space for other people who might not have had time to dial into the things that they love to do. You know, Singing all the time for doing what I do. Oh my God, I love it. And so I'm going like and somebody else was sharing with me today about an individual, and they were saying that that he there are certain things that they're not very sure that this person learned to do well because he always knew what he wanted to do. So he did that thing and is very known for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Makes his living from doing that, loves to do it, but he might not be good at these other things like really great with literacy, really great with other things that we take for granted that okay, you go to school, you learn blah blah blah. But they didn't. He didn't go to school a lot. He couldn't go. He was sick a lot. But he was great at this thing that he loved to do, and that's what he does. And he's got a good life. And all those other things take care of themselves.
That's it.
It's like we learned when we were growing up that you had to learn how to do all these things, and then you got graded on the things, and the things that you didn't do well, you'd have to suffer because you didn't do math well, even though you worked hard at it. Sometimes you just didn't connect with it. And then while we're doing all these things, the things that we really love to do sometimes just go unnoticed. So
Yeah.
now that we're grown up, you know, we can kind of look at those things again.
We can return to love, to
Yes.
return to what we love, because that love is what opens the heart and the mind to things we can't even put in words. When I am broadcasting, when I am coaching, when I'm counseling, I'm somewhere else. I mean, sometimes I hear things come through me and I'm like, damn, I need to try that in my life. That's deep. That's deep. Because I am so open. I
Yeah.
love people go, when they're dealing with something and they're in a place where they're so sad or discouraged, and
Mhm.
just have them look at it from a different perspective and they pause.
Mhm.
They say, I never thought of it like that. And
Mhm.
their eyes light up
Mhm.
and they start to see different possibilities. Like, oh, forgiveness happens naturally because they want to forgive their mother or their father because
Mhm.
they've been judging the mother, the father, the brother about this thing, how they've been seeing it. So for me, I know that the more time and energy we put into what we love, it is a spiritual practice.
Yes.
It's revolutionary. It's
Mhm.
like, no, I am going to come back to what I love. And in doing that, I can love myself more. I can find my worth in the world. I can know that I have something to offer. Now, there is a stage, and there was a stage I went through where I was doing these things that I'm doing now that I was still sort of feeling like something is missing. I'm not connected. I'm not getting it because I was looking for external things to confirm where I was. Like
Mhm.
I'm supposed to have this certain amount of money in my bank account. I'm supposed to have this kind of house. I'm
Mhm.
doing all of this.
Mhm.
But once I turned it within, I mean, I did a show this past week, and I remember saying to myself, I love that show. I love that show was so great. Why that is important for me? There were times I used to do a show and I just criticize it. I would like, ooh, maybe I would just tear it up. I stopped listening to my own show. I do it. I enjoy while
Well,
I'm
you're
doing it, but I
comfortable
don't go back.
now. You
Oh
you've
my
been
God.
talking about 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, I could do it. I could take the next 15 if you want. You can just
I
play
said,
music
hey,
behind me.
hey,
But it's
you're
really
comfortable
falling
now,
in
my brother.
love with
I was
myself.
like,
Hmm?
but you do it so well, and you have such beautiful wisdom to share, and a great wisdom does flow through you. So we're happy that you are here sharing that wisdom with us, and for the space that you found for your pawpaw.
That's my dad. That's my dad.
Yeah.
I love that man. And there was a time I couldn't say that because it didn't feel real. But yeah, I do love him. We have a such an interesting relationship that still makes me go, wow.
Well, Pamela, hold on with your dad. Pamela Lynn had said something here that 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 reminded me of my youth. She says, you know, uh, dancing and singing in the garage or something like that. You know,
Yes, I saw that earlier.
look. Mark Allen says, before I enter my father's house, I say, God, please help me remember none of what I'm about to hear has anything to do with me.
Talk about delivering God. That's
So
it.
none of what I'm about to hear. I mean, because your parent is, they're your mom, your dad. You got to love them right
Mhm.
where they are. It's
Yes.
like, remember, I mean, like God has no conditions on me. Remember that?
I
Like
was
God
thinking
has
of
no
that today.
conditions.
Yes.
God
Yeah.
has no conditions on me.
No
It's
condition.
like, and so I got to I got to love them all,
Mhm.
you know, and we share the world and allow people their own process and, and know that I'm all right here,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
and not stay too far in the future. Like, it's like, because sometimes we're so busy there or so busy back there
Yes.
that we can't be breathing right here. So let's just take a breath right here, right where we are. Breathe in and breathe out. And we just give thanks
Mhm.
for the breath,
Mhm.
for the air that we're breathing, that we can breathe, that we can breathe.
Mhm.
And we bless those who might be having a hard time breathing right now.
Yes.
We just wish the highest and the best for them,
Mhm.
for their journey, and that they learn all that they came to know this time. And we know the same for ourselves. Blessing our children, our families, blessing each other, blessing our conversations, and treating ourselves well right now. Giving
Yes.
thanks for whatever it is that we have to give and to share. We don't call it small.
Hmm.
We just say
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Sometimes that smile that you have is
Mhm.
worth more than
Yes.
money. Sometimes that peace in your heart that somebody could feel from you is worth more than material things. So I'm just thankful for our journey here,
Yes.
that leads us right here. And yeah, open up your eyes for a minute. Didn't we do some dumb things in our youth? I mean,
Hmm.
I did all the wrong things, the worst things, and they were all the right things. They were all the right things. Not the
Yes.
plastic, but, you know, they were the right things. Oh, I wouldn't have been me. I wouldn't have learned.
Mhm.
I wouldn't have grown. I wouldn't have met Ade. I wouldn't have met Jeff. So let's just give thanks for all of it. Bless everybody in our world right now and see the best for them too. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Jeff, what did you say over there?
Mike, please. Mike, check.
I was just thinking this morning, what you just said is one of the things I first do when I get up is I ask God to bless everybody that is whose life I participate in. One is you and the Behood.
Mm-hmm.
So I get up and I do that.
Oh,
I
thank you.
bless all of the different people that I interact with throughout the week
Mm-hmm.
and ask to be shown how to serve them best.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. Wow. I'm gonna pray for you tomorrow.
Well, that's why I said it.
Well, you remember? Let me look at my list. I'm gonna say, let me see. Oh my God. I said, and all those whose names I never say, and some whose names I never knew. Let us be together in a holy, holy way. What?
Yes, yes.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me be the love that's all around. Let me be the love that's all around me. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall, from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love will heal us all. We just gotta love more. This love will heal us all. Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser. Each day a little wiser. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Yes, that song does it. It tells the story. Hey, what's happening out here with y'all? Are we having a great
Let's
time
talk B
tonight?
radio.
Yeah, B Radio is coming up. I want to make an announcement also about a women's retreat that's happening. Oh, well, let's go with B Radio first. Streaming 24/7 inspirational music and shows. Check out bradio.org for some really wonderful programming. Mondays with Sherlock, Tuesdays with Jeff News, Tuesday morning with Beverly Brewster, Jeff Kushner, Yas, and Tuesday night at 6, and Moni's mixes at midday. Uh, she's really great, 1 p.m. and 1 a.m. Then you have the healing with Dorothy James. You have Stepping with Inspiration with Norma Choza. You got Dr. Lori Eames would Take a Moment for Health. And then we have on the first Saturday of the month, Kathy and John Stringer with Awaken Pillow Talk. And they were on last week, and it was a great show. And I think Kathy Stringer is on tonight on our thread. And I want to make an announcement about the women's retreat that's coming up, that I'll be doing a woman's journey to healing and hope, healing, faith and healing and hope,
Healing hope. Yeah.
healing and hope, a woman's journey. And she will be joined by myself, Jill Colucci, Rashawn Renee, and a beautiful gathering of women. And before then, this coming week, Sister Spirit up in Seattle and the Northern California area, they will be doing a virtual retreat called Sister Spirit. Okay, and so we're going to be talking about the limitless possibility. So check that out. You can find all of this information on rickiebyars.org. Go there, rickiebyars.org. You can find music for your church. You can find lyrics and songs. And if you want to sing with the track by yourself, you can sing along with it. What else is over there? My calendar. You can order product. You can find the devotionals, and you can also find the Wednesday this Soulful Feeling. And then there is Life Coach Ade, whose show airs on Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1
PM Eastern, 6 PM UK time.
yeah,
Being
and
you.
being you. So being you is what it's all about. And we're in the B Hood on Sundays with an eclectic group of great artists. And we're here to remind you that God is good and to sing for the glory of God. Sometimes, like somebody told me, and I often bring this up. Somebody told me, a beautiful man. He said, not the one at Staples, but anyway, homie didn't come back, but whatever,
Rickie's gonna
So,
be here all week, everybody.
but he said,
Get your tickets.
oh yeah, he told me this. He said, so Rickie, that all you doing? All you singing? Is that it? I was like, that's all it's got to be for me, you know.
What?
No, but it wasn't a criticism. He was
Oh,
just calling for more from, because he's thinking of church. He's thinking of, you got your practitioners, you got your readings, you got, the different things that happen. And, you hit the B hood, you hearing music. He was like, is that all? I was like, yeah. But check it out. I said it without apology. I said it like, yeah, yes, because the message is in the music and
yes.
in our stories, and that's what we have. We have our stories, and we have our journey, the way we share our lives together, and we do it in a holy, holy way. So he ain't heard us music. Yeah, but he doesn't know the power of it. I mean, he knows, but I think he just thought, he was just kind of diminishing it a little bit.
The message is in the music, and the healing is in the music. The divine is nothing but music anyway,
Well,
singing through us.
in the beginning was the song.
That's right.
In the beginning was the song of God. The
hmm
song of God was good and very good, and it's still good.
And the title was "Let There Be." That's all it was. Let there be.
Let there be, but they didn't say it. He said, "Let there be, baby. Let there be light. Let there be love. Oh yeah. Let there be a blessing for everyone that showed up tonight. I love you. I love the way you share with us. Jamie Lula, you are the holy way, my brother. I love you and I miss you, man. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you, Life Coach Ade, for just being you. Thank you, Jeff Noose, for everything that you are. Check out the women's retreats. Check it all out. But more than anything, check yourself out. Because that's where God is really going on. And deliver God today.
Take yourself out on a date without going anywhere. Just stay at home for 5 minutes.
What did you say? Something about a date?
Yeah. Did you hear the Staples guy called me to ask you out for a date? You were receptive to your good, ain't you, Rickie? Did you say something about a date? Yeah, the
Nah,
Staples.
baby. I know the one for me.
Ooh, ooh.
And he ain't in Staples.
Oh, ripples of trumpets.
Blessed always. Blessed always. For the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say amen. Peace to you always.
Yes.
Love you.
Peace and blessings. Woo.